The collectors prided themselves on curating the galaxy's most exotic zoo. For millennia, they traveled from world to world, taking specimens for their orbital menagerie, a testament to their superiority over lesser species. Earth was supposed to be just another routine harvest. Overseer Kexval supervised the loading of containment units onto the harvest ship. Magnificent specimens. These elephants will be popular, and these striped tigers. Such primitive beauty. The fur-covered bears will amuse our visitors greatly. His assistant, Nixera, checked the manifest. We've collected samples from every continent. Predators, herbivores, aerial creatures, aquatic species. The council will be pleased. They'd been careful, of course. Stunning fields had pacified the larger animals. Containment protocols were followed perfectly. Every creature was catalogued, from massive rhinoceros to tiny rodents. They'd even taken some of the bipedal primates. Humans, the local broadcasts called them, though they seemed rather unremarkable. No claws, no fangs, no natural armor. Probably scavengers. The harvest ship departed Earth's orbit, leaving behind a planet in chaos as humanity discovered thousands of their animals missing. But the collectors didn't care about the distress of lesser species. They had their prizes. The orbital menagerie station was a marvel of engineering, climate-controlled habitats, force fields instead of bars, automated feeding systems. Visitors from across the galaxy paid premium credits to observe the collected creatures. Place the predators in Section 7, Kexval ordered. The herbivores in Sections 3 through 5. And those humans, put them in the harmless mammals exhibit. That was their first mistake. Within hours, something was wrong. The humans hadn't cowered like other captured species. They'd studied their enclosure systematically, testing every surface, examining the force field generators, watching the automated systems. One of them, a female, had somehow fashioned the feeding tube into a tool. Clever little scavengers, Nixera noted with amusement. Look, they're trying to communicate with the other exhibits. By the second day, the humans had done something impossible. They'd established communication with the dolphins in the aquatic section using repetitive tapping on the walls. The elephants in the adjacent enclosure responded to specific gestures the humans made. How are they doing that? Kexval demanded. Before anyone could answer, alerts started flooding in. The humans had somehow triggered a feeding system malfunction that released all the corvids, the earthbirds called crows and ravens. The birds immediately began stealing access cards from collector personnel, dropping them to the humans below. Shut it down, Kexval screamed, but it was too late. The female human had used the modified feeding tube and a stolen access card to hack the enclosure controls. Not to free themselves first. No, that would have been expected. Instead, they freed the wolves. The collectors had classified wolves as simple pack hunters. They hadn't realized these predators had been living alongside humans for 30,000 years. The wolves went straight to the human enclosure, tails wagging, and the humans climbed onto their backs like they'd done it 1,000 times before. What kind of predator allies with prey? Nixera gasped. Then the humans released the big cats. The collectors expected carnage. Instead, they watched in horror as a human approached a fully grown lion, making specific sounds and gestures. The massive predator rolled over like a domestic pet. Apparently, some of the collected specimens were from something called a zoo. They knew humans. Within 6 hours, the humans had organized Earth's animals into a coordinated force. Elephants smashed through barriers on human command. Octopi somehow squeezed through ventilation systems to unlock doors from the inside. The corvids acted as aerial reconnaissance. Rats chewed through critical power cables with suspicious precision. But the real horror came when the humans reached the control center. "You're not apex predators," Kexval shrieked as humans surrounded him, various Earth creatures at their sides. "You have no claws, no venom, no natural weapons." The male human smiled, an expression that somehow made every collector in the room step backward. "You're right. We're not apex predators because of physical traits." He gestured to the assembled animals, predators and prey standing together under human direction. We're apex predators because we domesticated, allied with, or learned to command every other predator on our planet. These aren't just random animals you stole. They're our partners, our tools, our friends. The female human had accessed the station's navigation. You know what makes humans the ultimate apex predator? We figured out that controlling other predators is more efficient than being one ourselves. A grizzly bear stood on its hind legs behind her, towering over the cowering aliens. A human child, they'd taken a child, was riding on its back, giggling. "Return us to Earth," the male commanded. "All of us, or we'll show you what happens when you steal from humanity's pack." Kexval looked at the security feeds. The entire station was overrun. Humans throughout the facility, each leading groups of Earth creatures. Working together, coordinating. The apex predator that had conquered not through strength, but through something far more terrifying, the ability to turn other species into extensions of their will. The collectors returned everything to Earth and deleted the planet's location from their databases. The galactic records now contained a new warning: Earth fauna, do not collect. The dominant species has weaponized coexistence.